think of tomorrow. I know as young people, it's so hard to see the future from where you are right now, but you need to. If nobody around you is telling you to think about the future, I am telling you to think about the future. Please think about the future. You have to think about tomorrow. Hi guys, it's your girl here, Ada B, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. So this leads me on nicely to number 6. Think about the consequences. Whether the action is good, whether the action is bad, there is a consequence. There is an aftermath to everything. So always think about, if I go and do this thing, how is this going to impact me and affect me later? Because it might not be an immediate thing. It might be something that manifests 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you're gray and old and you should be resting and enjoying your retirement. Always think about, and it's hard. When we're young, we make lots of stupid mistakes. We do. One, we think we know it all. We don't want to listen to our parents. We think our friends are the coolest things walking. We think we know ourselves so well. But as you get older, you come to realize, I never really knew me that much at all. And don't get me wrong, there are exceptions. There are some young people that are really clued on and they just have this wisdom and discernment from a very young age. And you can always usually tell who those people are because the decisions they make from a young age reflect in the quality of life they live. And it's usually pretty great. But they're like the rest of us, like myself, for example, I didn't really know who I was. I knew who I wanted to be, but I didn't know who I was. And so I wasn't able to put me first or consider what I would do or how this would affect me because I didn't even know what I really believed or how I really felt about things. Consider the consequences in all things. Consider the consequences in all things, child. All of them. I don't care if it's as simple as meeting with your friends. Is meeting with your friends this evening going to impact what you have to do for the rest of the week? If the answer is yes, then you know you can't meet your friend this evening. But if the answer is no, go have a good time. Don't worry about your friend being disappointed. They'll only be disappointed for that moment, but they'll get over it. They'll get over it. They will, they'll have to. Same way goes the family. If I take on this career path, how will this affect what I want to do with my life or for the rest of my life? Oh, will it have a positive impact? Will it set me up financially? Will it put me in the direction of, and help me to meet people that I want to meet that might help me with the thing I really want to do? Oh, okay, then no problem. Let me go forth. But if not, I'm sorry, your parents had their time. Your parents had the opportunity to do the things they needed to do. Now it's time for you to do the same. Consider what the impact is. If I buy this takeaway right now, I say I want to lose weight, but I go and buy this takeaway. Am I really going to work out after this takeout? Because if you love to say that, I know back in the day, sometimes me and my friends would say like, oh yeah, it's fine because we're going to go to the gym later anyways. We're going to go gym some point in the week, so it's fine. Ask us if we ever went gym that week. No. But now I've got the extra calories and they ain't been burnt yet. They're just piling on. Think about the consequence. Think about you first. So it's not a selfish think about you first, like me, I. No. Still be there for your community. Still show up and still show love. Absolutely. But consider what those actions mean for you. If you know you doing that thing is going to make you miserable, it's going to make you sad, make you feel some type of way, then there's probably something you shouldn't do. And if those people truly love you and they care about you in the way that you believe they do, then they will understand. They might be a little bit annoyed, but they'll understand. They'll get over it. They'll get over it because they love you. And preserving a relationship with you is more important than demanding this thing of you that makes you uncomfortable, that puts you in jeopardy. If I post this thing online right now, am I going to be okay with the responses today, 3 months from now, 5 months from now, 5 years from now when it resurfaces again on Twitter or wherever the case might be? Am I going to be okay with that? If not, if there's any hesitation, don't do it. Write in your journal. This is why I journal so much. This is why I'm not even on social media that much, apart from when I'm doing what I need to be doing, because I journal so much. If you really feel like you have to say it, write it down and read it back to yourself later. Even read it aloud when you're by yourself. But do not put it on the internet, because the internet is forever. So unless you're happy with what that's going to mean once it's out there, then do you, boo. But if you know there's a slight chance you might not be quite happy with how people are going to respond, or people might take it the wrong way, and you're not going to be able to cope with that, don't do it. Think about the consequences in all situations. There are consequences to all our actions. There are. So just think about them. And that takes me on to point number 7. Do not suppress who you are for others. And you could kind of say this is similar to the put yourself first, but it isn't. It's different, and I'll explain why. I had this habit of minimizing myself to make others comfortable. I've always had a very bubbly, lively personality, and I was always a very confident girl when I was young. But as I got older, people, life, situations knocked the confidence out of me based on their words. Because it wasn't just a one-time comment, it was a repetition. And then if I didn't comply, the action behind that to kind of snub me or shame me or to exclude me, it was all very intentional. And so eventually I got to a place where I started to dull myself down, started to minimize myself, express myself less. And I became a version of me that I despised. And I know I use these strong words, but I'm telling you that's exactly how I felt. I despised the version of myself I became, but it was the only way I knew how to coexist with all these people that I should have left a long time ago. I should have moved on from a long time ago. This is what I was saying about leaving the dead situations. Yeah, these were all the situations I needed to leave, and I didn't. Instead, I allowed it to chew me to the point of what felt like at the time no return. And so I would never really say what I really felt about things. And so I'd hold on to all of this grief and upset and sadness, because I felt like there was no one I could really talk to apart from my journal. I missed out on several opportunities because I didn't want to feel like I'm in competition with these people. I just want to be cool. I just want to be friends. I just want to get on. I just want to be kumbaya. I'm not trying to compete with you. So cool, I won't do that thing. I won't sign up for it. I won't speak up. I won't put myself forward. And they liked me when I was like that, because I didn't get the opportunity to quote unquote outshine them. But that cost me so many things. And I paid the price. It was painful. It was depressing. It was stressful. And I kid you not, it's literally only in the last, I want to say 2 years, that I've actually learned to start speaking up for myself. To everyone, and I mean to everyone, whether it's my parents, whether it's my friends, whether it's someone I'm seeing or I'm with, whether it's at a job, I will talk up for myself now. I will say, I do not like that. I'm not cool with that. I'm not okay with that. Or I think I can do that. Train me so I can do it. I believe I am capable. And you know the irony in that? When you start doing that, there'll be people that will be like, don't like that. Not cool with that. Good riddance. Bye. See ya. Like, go away. Because obviously those are not your people, right? Those are not my people. But there will also be people that, you know what, I like your confidence. I like your willingness to try. I like your openness to learn. I like the fact that you are open to correction. I will help you. It attracts people that genuinely want to pour into you, that genuinely want to see you succeed, that genuinely want the best for you. And then suddenly your quality of life, the experiences you're having, they change. It's amazing. It's actually pretty amazing. But I didn't know that, because I just kept on doing the thing of suppressing myself to appease those other people that actually didn't have any place in my life anymore. So it's so important to not minimize yourself. Don't minimize your achievements. Don't minimize your personality. Don't minimize who you are for other people, because it will never be worth it. People are so fickle. Today they like you, tomorrow they don't. Everybody just wants you doing what they want you to do because they want to feel comfortable when they're around you, when they're consuming your content. But forget about their comfort. Focus on what your purpose is. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. That's where your energy needs to be directed, not on what other people want or expect from you. Because when you minimize yourself, you minimize the experiences that you can have, the opportunities that are available to you, the quality of life that you can live. And this leads me nicely on to lesson number 8. Confidence. You know, the amazing thing, this is one of the things that when I look at my guy friends, and I listen to them and I listen to their stories and stuff like that, sometimes they say things and I'm like, how do you even have the guts to say or to do certain things? And the continuous response I get is, well, if I don't try, I don't get. Well, if I don't make it known that's what I want, then I miss out. And that sounds so simple, except for when it's now your turn to do the same. Do you know how many things in life I never did because I didn't have the confidence? I knew I could do it. I knew I had the skill set, I had the range, I had the understanding, maybe even the qualifications or the experience. And I just didn't have the confidence to say, I can do it. Try me. Or, hey, you know, I'm interested in this thing. And I missed out. Confidence for some of us is innate, and for some of us, we have to learn it. For me, it was innate. And then, like I said, it was literally dragged out of me. And now I'm having to teach myself it again. Confidence in my appearance, confidence in the way I talk, confidence in the gifts God has given me to do the things that I need to do. When you lead with confidence, what you find is people want to give you a chance. People actually want to give you a chance because they're like, you know, she believes in herself so much. I need to find out. I need to know if what she's putting out is really what I'm going to get. And sometimes I have no idea if that's going to be the case, but I'm going to lead with confidence. Not just confidence in myself, confidence in my creator, the one who has actually given me the skills, the talent, or whatever it might be for this situation. I'm going to go straight back to God. Like, okay, God, I've put myself forward for this opportunity that I think that you've presented for me to take. I need you. Show me, how can I perfect this skill? How can I put myself in a better position? How can I execute this at the level that is going to honor you and also do justice to these people that have decided to trust me with this thing? Have confidence in who God created you to be. That's why the whole thing, the whole thing of like pick me's and, you know, women just botching up their bodies for men. I don't judge at all, but it makes me sad sometimes because I'm like, man, if only you knew that what you already have is more than enough for the people that will love you, is more than enough for you to be where you need to be. You actually don't have to manipulate to get where you need to go. You can actually just stay focused with everything that's already been given to you and you will still get there. Imagine that. Imagine the peace, knowing that I don't have to alter myself for other people. I just need to have confidence that what God has given me is more than enough to do everything that I need to do to live the abundant life that he promises me. Imagine what that quality of life looks like. Imagine what that timeline looks like. And that's one of the things I'm really great. This is where it takes right back to the beginning, patience. We live in such a fast-paced world now where everybody wants everything right now, right this minute. If you don't have the clicks and views and the money in the account right now, you're not popping, you're not it. Nobody wants to know. Who cares? I couldn't care less that I don't have 10K followers yet. Because the day I get it, people will then move the goalpost and say you need 100K. And when I get 100K, people say they'll move to, you need 1 million. When I get 1 million, they'll move the goalpost and say you need 10. Who cares? For as long as it needs to take me to get there, that's as long as it will take. And I know that I'm going to enjoy the journey. And I'm going to have confidence that everything that God has given me at each stage of that journey is more than enough to take me to the next level. It's more than enough for me to fulfill my purpose in that place and time. Have confidence in who God has created you to be, because it changes everything and it attracts good things. It does attract bad things as well sometimes, because there will be people that will come along to try and test you and try and throw you off course. But this is why I said it's not about having a confidence just in yourself. It's about having confidence in God, because if you're having conversations with God, you will get that discernment. So when someone's trying to try you, you will know. And you'll do what? You will leave the dead situation. Can I get an amen? You see how these are all interlinking? Hey, these 10 lessons, I'm telling you, life-changing. Okay, number 9. We're almost at the end. Lesson number 9. Don't force it. Don't force it. And this, again, applies to so many different things, because sometimes we think we want or we need a thing so much, or a person so much, that we were prepared to do anything to have it. But you know what ends up happening? A derailing from purpose, a derailing from people and situations, or a person that is genuinely going to fulfill you and align with what God has planned for your life. Don't force it. It doesn't mean don't work hard. It doesn't mean don't try. It means don't force. Some of us are doing spells and incantations and manifestations, manipulating things to get what we want. But there's a price to pay when you do that. And people always forget that part. They're so focused on getting that they forget that when you get something by way of manipulation, by way of Satan himself, there is a heavy price to pay. And I'm telling you one thing about the devil, he is going to collect. Do you understand? Because he already knows he's damned for eternity. So when he feels like you're right in your peak and everything is going well, and you see that you're starting to enjoy, he's going to come and collect. Don't force it. Sometimes you force situations that ends up putting you in debt. It ends up causing you to fall out with people. It ends up causing you actual physical harm. Don't force it. And it's not even que sera. It's literally wait on God. If you're praying about something and you're waiting for a breakthrough, just wait. And again, that's easier said than done. We know the test is in the waiting, okay? That's why it's a testimony, child. The test is in the waiting. The test is in the waiting. But if you wait, the Lord never, ever fails on his promises. But if you manipulate and you succumb to the lies and schemes of the enemy, well, que sera, que sera. Que sera, sera. Don't force it. If a man really wants you, you ain't gonna force it, sweetheart. That man will make time for you. Let me tell you something about men. This is because I've grown up with men, with boys, and I have so many, not so many now, but I have close male friends. I listen to how they speak about the women that they genuinely love and respect, and the women that they've loved, been in love with. There's a way that they do things. There's an effort they make. There's almost like a reverence they have for those women. So let me tell you something. If a guy really, like, that's your dog, that person is for you, you are going to know. He's not going to leave you guessing and wondering and thinking. No, he's going to make it known, because he's not even going to risk the chance of losing you, of upsetting you. If he's playing the game and you find yourself in a minefield, today he's hot, tomorrow he's cold, he's messaging you for a whole week and then he's not messaging you. It's time to what? Leave the dead situation. Don't force it. Same thing with men. I do believe some men like the toxicity of some women. I genuinely believe they love the thrill and the chase. They say they don't, but they keep going for the same type of woman. And I'm like, but if you don't like it, stop dating that kind of woman. Like, what? Are you a glutton for pain and mistreatment? Like, I don't understand. Like, you can just not date that kind of person. If you notice they've got the similar traits to the person who did this to you before, don't date them. Oh, but she's so lame though. And da-da-da. Sir, then you're not serious about your life. If you're serious about your life, you're going to want to make some changes. Don't force it, because she will spin you out of your destiny. She'll take you off track. A woman who truly loves you is going to be your helper for real. She's going to ensure that you stay on track. She's not going to be trying to tempt you off track, because she's going to know that you are on an assignment and it's important that you complete it. And as a helper, it's important that she helps you complete it. Doesn't mean that she abandons or forfeits her assignment, but it's important that she helps you complete yours, because it benefits her as well. So that's a wise woman. Don't force it. You really want to be maybe the manager in a company, and every time you're getting passed up for the opportunity, you don't understand why. If you've already prayed about it and it's not happening year after year, month after month, my friend, be looking at another opportunity. I will never forget there was a time when I was applying for a certain role over and over and over again. And literally, I asked them one time, because I'll say over and over again, it was like twice. But that's even a lot for me. Like, I'm not really somebody who would do that. But I did that on that occasion. I did it twice. I didn't get it. And the second time I was like, I needed to speak to the interviewer. Can you actually tell me, like, what did I do wrong? Like, what was bad about my interview? And said, actually, there was nothing bad about your interview. So I was like, why didn't I get the job? I was like, we just didn't feel like when you were telling us about your experience, you were able to connect it to what we wanted while the other person could. But we did think you were the stronger candidate, but we needed you to relay that, because they can only take from what you give in the interview. So I was like, damn, that's it? That was all? I said, okay, cool. Another opportunity came up literally like a week later. I applied for that. I got it the same day. The same day. End of day, they were like, you got the job, by the way. I was like, oh my gosh. Seriously, a completely different role as well. And I loved that role. Loved it. It was brilliant. It was actually so, so good. So don't force it. Because sometimes what you think is on the other side isn't. You know what they say, the grass ain't greener on the other side. It's true. It's not. It's greener where you water it. It's greener where you nurture it. The other side looks tempting. It looks good because you don't have it. And so as humans, naturally, we're like, our curiosity is like, oh, I want to know what's going on over there. I want that. I'm interested in that. And a lot of time what you find out when you get to the other side is like, it's dead. It's dead food. It actually has no weight or meaning or relevance to my journey. But now I've wasted so much time pursuing this thing, I might as well just ride it out. And instead of leaving the dead situation, you ride it out. And you end up wasting more time, puts you in other negative situations. And now you're just going through this period of strife when all you had to do was, even after you made the mistake, is leave the dead situation. But many of us, when we make mistakes, we're not quick to leave when we should. Don't force it. And even if you make the mistake of forcing it, leave immediately. As soon as you realize, oh, I've made a mistake, I've done the wrong thing, I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be with this person, leave. It's not going to be easy, but leave and wait on the Lord, because his timing is perfect. And what he gives you, you're not going to have to force and manipulate and bend to get. It's going to be given to you. It's going to be given to you. And this leads me to lesson number 10. Número 10. Número 10. Sorry, I don't even know why I always speak in Spanish. I love Spanish. If you know me, you know I love Spanish. So I'm always split Spanish in here all the time. I'm not like Afro-Latino or anything. I just love Spanish. I love the Spanish language. So yeah, número 10. Como una moja. Lesson number 10. Live your life for you. And that sounds, again, cliche. It sounds silly, but I cannot emphasize how many times many of us are not living lives for ourselves. We are living it for other people. We have become so obsessed as a society with what social media has to say, what it looks like on social media, etc., etc. We're not living our lives for ourselves. We're living it literally for other people. Some of us are doing up self-paparazzi. Are you not embarrassed? Like, seriously, why is every day, every moment of your life? I mean, listen, I have, like, if you're comfortable oversharing and sharing, do you, boo? I'm not judging. But what I get concerned about is this what you would do normally if the camera wasn't on you? That's really what I'm talking about here. Because if you want to share, share. As long as you're living your life for you. But so many people, if they're being really honest, they're not living their lives for themselves. They're living it so that you and I can watch it and go, oh, I wish I had their life. Oh, I wish I was them. And I'm telling you right now, humbly, I don't wish I was you. I don't wish I had your life. I don't. I don't. Because I know all that glitters is not gold, child. Okay, so I don't wish to be like you. So I'm just saying that for me. Okay, I know there are a lot of people that are watching other people and like, wow, I wish I could be like them. I wish I was living their life. I wish I had a man like that. Stop wishing, because you don't know that man is beating her behind closed doors. You don't know that she's really homeless and she's squatting all over the place. Like you don't know truly what people are going through. So don't wish to be other people, but also stop living your life for other people. Live for you. Did you really want to go to Dubai this year? Or are you being pressured because everybody's been in Dubai? Do you actually want to do Dirty December, or you just FOMO? Come on. Be realistic. Live your life for you. Did you really want to take up this particular drug? Was it just because all your friends are doing it? Did you really want to get married at 23? But because everybody around you was getting married at 23, you felt like you had to settle with the girl that you were with? Come on. Some of us are making big, big decisions to just show other people, just to be able to tell other people we did this thing in hopes that it'll impress them and that they'll be like, oh, wow, you're so cool. You're so amazing. No, live your life for you. Is what you're doing right now what you would be doing if nobody else knew that you were doing it? If the answer to that is no, then you probably need to stop doing that thing. And don't get me wrong, because I don't want anyone to twist my words here. There are certain things that we pick up that are good habits. They're good things to do. Like if you see, like right now on my timeline, I always see people reading their Bible, talking about the Bible verses. And you know what? That's a good kind of pressure. So you know what? I might not feel myself reading the Bible, but I'm going to go read the Bible because I know it's going to benefit me. In the same breath, I might see that if I dress a little more of a certain way and accentuate my figure a little more, I see what the other girls are benefiting from it. I happen to have this thing naturally. Maybe if I start flaunting it a little bit more, it might boost up my currency a little bit in certain places. Is that for me or is that for other people? I hope you answered that correctly. Okay. Because while on one end, you can say, yeah, but it will benefit you. But I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I feel like I see other people doing to be able to get other people to say, oh, I like her, look at her. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't want to boost my social media presence and things like that and have more people engage in my content. I have a bunch of ideas I'm going to put out. I am going to start putting them out. However, I want to put them out in a way that's authentic to me. I don't want to do somebody else's style because it's what you like. If you like that person's style, just go and watch that other person. When I do me, the people that like me doing me, those are the people that will be watching me. And those are the people that I want to appeal to. To get it. Live your life for you, please. Life it's pretty long, actually. People that say life is short because it can be cut short, but life is actually pretty long. So you don't really want to live this life doing for other people. I mean, putting on for other people, putting a show for other people. And then you reach 40, 50, 60 and you're like, I wish I never did that. And now you're not going to get those years back. There's certain things that you can only do really when you're in your 20s and 30s. But once you're in your 50s, you can't do, maybe for physical reasons, whatever the case might be. Live your life for you. It doesn't matter if you're a bit weird and awkward. It doesn't matter if people don't think you're cool right now. I'm telling you, a lot of the things people used to say that's weird about me back then, they now say it's so cool. And I just look and I laugh. I'm like, you literally used to clown me for that. Now look at you. That's crazy. You literally used to laugh and be like, you're so weird. Why would you do that? Now you're like, rah, I can't believe you can do that. Live your life for you. And those are the 10 lessons. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope that you found everything I've shared I really hope that you found everything that I've shared valuable, and that if there's one thing you can just take away from this that will change, if there's one thing you can take away from this that will change your relationship with yourself, with God, and with everything around you, then I have done my job, child. But it's been your girl here, Ada B. If you liked this video, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And also make sure that you share this video. There might be people right now that are going through things that could really benefit from learning these 10 lessons that I'm sharing. So do share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.